Thank you for joining us on Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We appreciate it. Our guest is Jane Seymour. You know her from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Wedding Crashers, and so much more. But we're here to talk to Jane about something that's really important to you, and that's children. You're the mother of 6,
yes,
which is stunning in itself. And you're also involved in a special organization called Child Help. Tell us about it.
Well, I got involved with Child Help, gosh, it must be 24 years ago. I mean, a long time. But when I first came to America, this was the first organization I got involved in, because when I was in England, I was involved with the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children,
Right.
which is very similar. And basically, to me, there's nothing more abhorrent than child abuse. It's just indescribable to me, unacceptable, and whatever you can do to stop it has to be done. And it was really an organization and an issue that most people didn't want to take on.
And I was stunned to learn in researching this topic for our interview that every day 4 children are killed as a result of child abuse.
And it's getting worse and worse right now. It's almost 5, tragically.
And I have to think that with the economy spiraling out of control, that causes tremendous stress and tension in families, which can lead to increased violence, domestic, spousal, children, whatever it may be.
I mean, we know that we don't get as many children as we know are really being abused. But you see on the news every day, the father who can't pay the bills and kills them all. I mean, that's the ultimate abuse. But I mean, all kinds of terrible things are going on, especially with the internet predators as well. I mean, children are sexually abused from the time they're babies. It's, to me, the whole thing's inconceivable. And what's so great about Child Help is they have a national prevention and hotline, as well as a treatment center and a place advocacy centers. In other words, if you have been abused and you're a kid and you're already traumatized beyond belief, you then have to see all the law enforcement, the doctor has to see you. I mean, there's a million people that have to ask you questions. And what they do is they have this one beautiful, quiet, nice, gentle place where the child can go and be less traumatized than they've already been. And one person interviews them. And there's a fake wall, like a mirrored wall. So all the other organizations, all the other people that need to ask questions legally can ask them through the microphone, through the headset of the psychologist that's asking questions.
Jane, when you've spoken with these children who have been victims of child abuse, talk to us about how it impacted you as a mother, as a woman, as a human being.
Well, I mean, there are kids that I've seen who've been locked up like a dog for 5 years. I mean, treated worse than any animal you've ever heard of. I mean, some of these kids can't speak. I mean, they won't speak. I mean, they're completely cut off. Mostly when you go to the village, the Child Help Village, where they have the worst cases, these kids by then are just so happy to be there that they just run up and hug you and love you, but they just give you 10 times more love than any child you ever have yourself. And it breaks your heart because these kids have no one. They've already been abused. The chances of them abusing someone else themselves when they grow up, unless they get treatment themselves, is huge.
Are they accepting love? Do they accept it back?
Yes.
They will.
Well, they want to. They desperately want to. Actually, one of the things that Child Help does and really works very well is therapy with animals.
Right.
When the kids are able to take care of an animal, they understand about loving and caring, and they have to learn all these things.
And you want to spread that message of love and care to all of humanity. And you've written a beautiful book. It's called Open Heart. Tell us about it.
Well, you know what? We're going through a lot of change. The whole world is. And everyone's having a tough time. And my mom survived a concentration camp when she was younger in World War II. And she always told me that when life is tough, do something to help other people. So I came up with this book about open hearts. It's lots of writing from all different famous people, including obviously myself and people I know as well. And that developed into a whole jewelry line. The whole idea, though, is to open your heart and help other people, which I hope people will do with Child Help.
Jane, thanks for joining us.
Thank
For
you.
Local Edition, I'm Brad Pomerance.